Hello and welcome to our reflection on Mark's Gospel today as we continue our journey through this book. You might remember I said last time that we're at a pivotal point in the Gospel of Mark because the first 7 chapters or so are focused on the identity of who Jesus is. It's revealing to us slowly but surely who this man is, who can do remarkable things. And as we move into the second half of the Gospel of Mark, the focus shifts from who Jesus is to what Jesus has come to do, to ultimately laying down his life for us on the cross. So we're going to read another of these pivotal moments in Mark chapter 9. After 6 days, Jesus took Peter, James and John with him and led them up a high mountain where they were all alone. There he was transfigured before them. His clothes became dazzling white, whiter than anyone in the world could bleach them. And there appeared before them Elijah and Moses, who were talking with Jesus. Peter said to Jesus, "Rabbi, it is good for us to be here. Let us put up 3 shelters, one for you, one for Moses, and one for Elijah." He did not know what to say. They were so frightened. Then a cloud appeared and enveloped them, and a voice came from the cloud. "This is my son whom I love. Listen to him." Suddenly, when they looked around, they no longer saw anyone with them except Jesus. If we're in any doubt as to who Jesus is, that doubt kind of fizzles away, doesn't it? Like a drop of water on a hot rock on a hot day. Because God speaks over Jesus once again, and we see the glory of God in Jesus. Jesus is not just pointing others to the glory of God as Elijah or Moses were. He is the glory of God. He is dazzling white. He is shining with that amazing glory that just stops us in our tracks. And it's amazing for the disciples because normally in the Old Testament, if people saw the glory of God, they would drop dead. But the disciples haven't died. And there doesn't need to be someone to mediate the glory for them. You know, perhaps Peter thought he needed to build some shelters because they couldn't be in the glory of God. They needed some way of protecting themselves, sheltering themselves from the glory. But that doesn't need to happen. The point of this encounter is that Jesus is the Son of God. He is divine. He is the glory and beauty of God, the Father, the Son and the Spirit. All of it is in him, in his revelation to us. And that is wonderful news. And we should take heart from that. You know, we don't need, when we're looking for God, we don't need to have someone mediate for us. It's why in our tradition, in Reformed tradition, you know, we make such a big thing of the priesthood of all believers. All of us can be priests because Jesus is our high priest. We don't need someone to bridge the gap between us and God because Jesus has come to bridge the gap. And when he dies on the cross, he'll cement that bridge forevermore. Because we will be forgiven, we will be able to approach the throne of God with boldness and with confidence. We will be holy as God is holy, not because of anything we've done, but because of what Jesus has done. And I think this passage should then, it should encourage us to approach God, it should encourage us to worship God, it should encourage us to be people who seek the glory of God, seek the presence of Jesus in our lives, that we might give him the glory in our lives that he deserves, that reflect that glory that shines from his face, that shines from all that he is. So let's be people today who seek this Jesus and who worship him from the bottom of our hearts.